Learn math with Zuda. Today in this lesson I'm going to discuss about how to do the completing square of quadratics, and you will see different examples when our a value is 1 and when our a value is more than 1, or when it's odd. So how to do the completing square of that equation. So let's see the first question here. I have already mentioned x square minus 6x plus 9 equals to 25. So basically we divide our when you're solving the quadratic equation by completing square, so you have to do just 3 steps. Step number 1 is that rearrange if necessary, move the constant to one side. Constant means that the number that has no variable with it. So you can see in this equation here the constant term is 9. I'm gonna write here the equation first. X square minus 6x plus 9 equals to 25. So first of all I write as it is. So the first step is that you have to move the constant term to the other side if it's mentioned there. Then so right now in this equation the constant term is 9, so I'm going to move this 9 to the right side with 25. So when you will move this 9 to the right side with 25, so x square minus 6x, 9 is right now positive. When you shift it to the right side, it's become negative. So 25 minus 9 you will do. X square minus 6x equals 25 minus 9. So x square minus 6x. Now 25 minus 9, if we do that, what's that? 25 minus 9. That is 16. So x square minus 6x equals to 16. 16 we get. Now what the next step is? This thing we done, we did move the constant term to the right side and we subtracted it. So this thing we got. This was our first step. Step number 2 is that add the b over 2. B is what of our quadratic equation, the second term. So if you look at our question, the second term is 6x. So it means that the b is 6. So they are saying that you have to add b divided by 2. So b is here 6. B equals to 6 in this equation. So b divided by 2, its square you will add on both sides to solve this solve for x. So I'm gonna write here first of all equation as it is. X squared minus 6x, the one that I got when I moved the constant term to the right side, which is x square minus 6x equals to 16. So minus 6x equals to 16. But here according to rule they are saying that you have to do b divided by 2 square on both sides. So it means that 6 divided by 2 square on both sides you will add, because you shifted the constant term to the right side. So I will write here x square minus 6x plus b divided by 2 means that 6 divided by 2 and its square here on left side and on right side also. So on right side with 16 I will add 6 divided by 2 square. After that I have to simplify it, so I will write here x square minus 6x. Now 6 divided by 2, what's that? 3, and its square I will write as it is, equals to 16 plus 6 divided by 2, its square I will write as it is. Then next step I will open the square of this equation here. And if you look at the left side, x square minus 6x plus 3, when you open the square of it, so that x square minus 6x plus 9 equals to 16 plus 3 times 3, which is 9, so 16 plus 9. Now this is the quadratic equation. You can easily factor this equation. We have to factor this equation, but that's our third step. But right now I have to add this part and then I have to write here the next step. So x square minus 6x plus 9 equals to 16 plus 9. When we do that, 16 plus 9, that is 25. So I'm going to write here 25 to the right side. Now this is the second step I did. I just added the b divided by 2. What the b is in a quadratic equation, the b value was this thing. The second term of the equation, I just divided by 2 and I added the square on both sides. This thing you have to keep in mind whenever you're doing the completing square. After that, the third step is that you have to factor and solve. So which equation you're going to factor? The one that we get on the left side, this part. X square plus 6x plus 9 equals to 25, this part. So I'm going to write this equation there on right side. Here. I have to factor now. So if you do the factor of 9, we need two numbers. When you times, that will give you 9. When you add subtract, that will give you minus 6. So what we will do here, x square minus 3x plus 9. I did factor this part, equals to 25. So you can see that in first term there is x common, so I will take out the x from it. I first of all I need to put a line here so then it will look separate. Okay, so x you have take out from it, so that's become x minus 3, and you will take out the negative 3 from it, so that's minus 3. Minus 3 divided by minus 3, that's 1x. 9 divided by negative 3, that's negative 3, equals to 25. After that you will do what? You can see that inside terms we get same thingy, so we write here x minus 3. I will tell you one more trick here. X minus 3 equals to 25, and you can see that they both are same factors we get. So what we're gonna do is we will write just once it here, x minus 3 and square equals to 25. Okay, so this whole step, the big step that I did here, x square minus 3x minus 9, this part, you can directly write after this equation this one, x minus 3 whole square, because on the second step we said that we are adding, we got 6 divided by 2 whole square, which is 3 square. So this is the according to formula a square minus b square plus 2ab. That formula work here. So you can just write the closed form of it. You can just take the first term and you can just take the last term, number whose square you are doing. So 3 square we are doing, so we can take x minus 3 and its square we can write here. So x minus 3 square equals 25 I got. Now it's square here. So what I will do, I will do the square root on both sides. So when you do the square on both sides, square cancel with the root. So we get x minus 3 and square of 25 is 5. But you know that when we simplify the root, so we always get the two values positive and negative sign. So we'll simplify once with positive separately and then we will do with negative. So x minus 3 plus 5 or x minus 3 equals to negative 5. X equals to 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 was that 8, so x equals to 8 we get. And here we get x equals to minus 5. We move this 3 to the right side, so that's become positive. So x equals to minus 5 plus 3, that is negative 2. So I got two values, 8 and negative 2. So x is 8 and negative 2. That's the answer. This is the way to do the completing square. So let's have a look on the second example. Okay, so now we're going to do the question number 2. We will see the 4 questions. In 4 questions, in first one I just show you the step, like you have to do the factor, and I show you the each step. But in next step I will just tell you directly this part, because this one you don't need to do this step, the factors one. This is just for your clearance. We can just write after this equation, we can just write the x and the third value, which is c value, its square value, and then we can just do the root of it. In third question we will see that when our a value is, let's say if I write here 5, and you have to simplify it, so how you will do it. And when our b value is not even number, that is not divisible by 2, that is in fraction form, that is in odd form, then how you can simplify that one, a complex question. We will also see the complex question in this tutorial. So let's have a look. Let's get started. The question number 2, x square plus 4x plus 9. What we're going to do, the first step is, that is rearrange if necessary, move the constant to the one side. I'm going to write this equation again. X square plus 4x plus 9. So first of all I will rewrite the equation x square plus 4x plus 9 equals to 0. Here it's not mentioned, but I mentioned it equals to 0, and then I will move the constant term to the right side, because I know that this is my constant term, the 9. I have to move it to the right side. I will write the equation as it is. So x square plus 4x plus equals to, I will just give it some space because third value will come here, that we will divide by 4, equals to, you will move the 9 to the right side, that's become negative 9. First step is done, that you move the constant term to the right side. So x square plus 4x equals to minus 9. In second step, what we're gonna do, we have to add the b divided by 2 square on both sides. Both sides mean that this is our left hand side, this is our right hand side. So on both sides you will add at this space. I'm gonna write here this equation, x square that I got plus 4x equals to negative 9. Now what's the b? B is 4, so b is 4, so it means that 4 divided by 2 square I will add. So I will add here this part and here this part. So x square plus 4x plus b over 2 square, which is 4 divided by 2 square, equals to minus 9 plus 4 divided by 2 square. After that I will write here x square plus 4x plus 4 divided by 2, which is 2, so that's 2 square, equals to minus 9 plus 4 divided by 2, which is 2 square. Now I will not factor 2 because I know that whenever I factor 2 I will get the same 2 factors, so I will just write at once. I will take this first value, which is x, here in bracket x, plus the third value, which is 2, so 2, and then I will write outside the whole square, equals to minus 9 plus 2 square, which is 4. So minus 9 plus 4, when you do that, x plus 2 whole square equals to minus 9 plus 4, that is minus 5. I got x plus 2 whole square equals to minus 5. This is the part of third step. This is the third step of the equation. Third step. Step 3. In which you have to factor it. So I already did that, so I will just mention here like this. And then I will do the square root on both sides. When you do the square root on both sides, that's become x plus 2, because square root cancel with the square. Is minus 5. We will minus sign, we will neglect it, so we got plus minus square root of 5. You do that, 5 square root, that's 2.2, so plus minus 2.23 I got, and then I can easily simplify it because 2 signs I am getting, so I will write with one with positive. So x plus 2 equals to positive 2.23 and x plus 2 equals to negative 2.23, and then you will move this 2 to the right side. We will get the 2x values because that's quadratic equation. So x equals to 2.23 minus 2. When you do that, 2.23 minus 2, that is 0.23. So x equals to 0.23. I got the first x value, and second one is x plus 2. When you move it to the right side, that's negative 2 and negative 2.23. X equals to negative 2.2. So 2 plus 2.23 was that. That's 4.23. So minus 4.23 will come here. So we got the 2x value, and that's done. Now we look at the question number 3. You can see that here when a value is more than 1 and it's negative, and yeah, here it's even number. So we will do the same thing. First step is that rearrange the constant terms. So we will write equation here, minus 2x square plus 12x minus 8. It's just simple equation, it is written here. We can just assume it equals to 0, and then we can move the constant term. What's the constant is? Constant term is that has no variable written with it. That's a simple number. So that is negative 8. I have to move this negative 8 to the right side according to the rule, step 1. Minus 2x square plus 12x. And before going on to that, if you look at this equation, they all are divisible by 2. Yeah. So we can first move the a to the right side, that's become positive 8. And then we can divide both sides by 2, negative. Divide both sides by negative 2. So when you divide both sides by negative 2, so negative 2x square divided by 2 plus 12 divided by negative 2 equals to 8 divided by negative 2. When you divide it, so 2 divided by 2, that's 1, minus is positive, 1x square. 12 divided by 2, that's 2 times 6 is 12, so minus 6. I forgot to mention x with it. Yeah, so I mentioned the x with it. And here would be negative 6x. 8 divided by 2, that's negative 4 I got. So x square minus 6x equals to negative 4 I get. Equals to negative 4. This was the first step. Step number 2 is step number 2. Step number 2 is you have to divide the b, add b divided by 2 whole square on both sides. This thing you have to do. So you write this equation here down. X squared minus 6x equals to negative 4 equals to negative 4 I get. X squared minus 6x equals to negative 4 I get. Now what I will do, I know that the b value is 6. So b divided by 2, like 6 divided by 2 square, I have to add it basically. So I will add the 6 divided by 2 here, 6 divided by 2 here on the right side. I will write here x squared minus 6x b divided by 2 square, which means that positive 6 divided by 2 square equals to negative 4 plus 6 divided by 2 square here. After that we will write here now x squared minus 6x 6 divided by 2 was that 3, so 3 square, right, equals to negative 4, 6 divided by 2, that's 3 square. One more thing I didn't mention here, I have to mention here in bracket because I divided the both sides by negative 2, so I have to mention here in the bracket that it is negative 2 that I did common, take out the common. Division means that I did take out the common here, which is negative 2. So let me make it a bit bigger. Yeah, negative 2 here will come. And then I have to mention here below also, here negative 2 you did, here negative 2 you did, that is outside. Okay, so minus 2 you have to mention here also because we did common at last step, you have to mention that. So minus 2 I will write here, then in bracket I'm going to write here x. Third step, now it's time to do the third step. Third step is that step 3, that is we have to factor. What we will do, we'll write the x, you write the 3 and square, right, and sign will be negative. So x minus 3 whole square equals to negative 4 plus 3 square, which is 9. After that I have to enclose this bracket also. Minus 2, then x minus 3 whole square equals to minus 4 plus 9, that's 5 I got. And then what I will do, 2 is multiplying here, so what we can do here, it's negative 2, so we will divide the both sides by negative 2 here. Negative 2 and negative 2 cancel out, so we got x minus 3 square equals to 5 divided by that's 2.5 and negative sign with it. I need to get rid of the square, so I will do the square root on both sides, square cancel out. I got x minus 3 equals to this negative sign you will neglect, so when you neglect that sign it would be 2.5 square root, that is 1.5. So I got plus minus 1.5, and after that I will just add the 3 on twice because here 2 signs are here, so I have to do separately. X minus 3 equals to plus 1.5 or x minus 3 equals to negative 1.5. X equals to 1.5 plus 3. X equals to minus 1.5 plus 3. X equals to 1.5 plus 3, that's 4.5. I got the first value, and second one is x equals to minus 1.5 plus 3, that's 1.5. So these are my values. This is the way to do it. You can see this was a complex question here, negative 2 with it in this question, and yeah, that's even number, the b value. Now we're going to look the fourth example in which the value of b would be not even, that's not divisible by 2, that would be odd number. And how we'll do that, let's have a look. So this is our question. Now you can see here the 5 is odd number and we have to simplify it now. So step number 1, as we know that we have to what to do. Step number 1, that is rearrange or move the constant term to right side. To right side. So I'm gonna write here first of all that equation here. X squared plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0, and this is my constant term 3. So what I'm gonna do here, x squared plus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. I'm gonna first of all move this constant term to the right side. X squared plus 5x equals to positive 3. Negative it is, move it to the right side, opposite sign will become, that is positive. Step number 2. Step number 2, divide. Add both sides. Add both sides the b's divided by 2 square. B divided by 2 square on both sides. I'm going to write here then x squared plus 5 x squared plus 5x equals to 3. First of all, I will write as it is. I will mention here b is my 5. I'm going to do then x squared plus 5x plus 5 divided by 2 square equals to plus 3 plus 5 divided by 2 square. X square plus 5x plus 5 divided by 2 square. We will do that. We can also write in fraction form, or we can write in decimal form. So 5 divided by 2 square I will write as it is, equals to 3 plus 5 square, which is 25, over 4 square, which is 4. This one we will write as it is, but this one I have to simplify it. I will write here x squared plus 5x plus 5 divided by 2 square equals to, we have to make denominator same. We will times the 4 on both sides here. Times by 4 times by 4. So that would be 12 over 4 plus 25 over 4. And you can see now denominators are same, but we have to write the left side also. 5 divided by 2 square equals to, denominators are same, so 4, 12 plus 25, that is 25. It's 37 over 4. This was the open form. Now third step is factor. Step 3, factor and find the x's and find the values. Find the values. Find the values. So I'm gonna write here the equation again. That is x squared plus 5x plus 5 divided by 2 square equals to 37 divided by 4. So you can see that how you write the factor form. X plus sign and 5 divided by 2. I'm going to write here. This one here x, this one here plus, this one would be 5 divided by 2, and then this bracket here. And this square, so that's flat, plus 5 divided by 2. Equals to, I got 37 over 4. Now you can see that it's square. What we're gonna do, we will do the square root on both sides. So square root here, square cancel with root, so we got x plus 5 divided by 2 equals to square root of 37 over 4. Let's do it on calculator. 37 square root, wait, 37 divided by 4 we do directly. What I got, 9.25 with square root 3.04. X plus 5 divided by 2 equals to plus minus, what I got, that 3.04, so it's mean that 3.04. I will just write as this, and then as we know that we have to write with positive and negative sign both, so that's x plus 5 over 2 equals to positive 3.04, and second one would be x plus 5 divided by 2 equals to negative 3.04. After that we will add this one to the right side. It's adding, so it means subtract. So x plus x would not be plus here, it's just x equals to 3.04 minus 5 divided by 2, and second one would be x equals to minus 3.04 minus 5 divided by 2. So let's do the 5 divided by 2 on calculator. So x equals to 3.04 minus 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5. And the next one is x equals to minus 3.04 minus 2.5, and then we're going to subtract. So 3.04 minus 2.5, that is 0.4. So x equals to 0.54. Got that. And second one is x equals to 3.04 plus 2.5, that is 5.4. So negative 5.54. That's the answer, and that's the way to do it. I hope you like the video and you understand the concept of completing square of quadratic. If you understand, so do like and subscribe my channel. And if you don't want to understand about linear and quadratic equation, first and second way, you can check out my that videos also. So that's it for today. See you in the next video. Take care.